Good evening and welcome to Current Affairs. Today is April 2nd, 2016. Today again I would like to talk to you regarding an issue which is again considered to be a very serious one. This is with respect to the women who belong to a particular religion, that is Islam. So in Islam there is a practice. Every religion has its own practices. So we are not supposed to question that. So it is being followed by them for times immemorial. So they have every right to decide. But certain things, what exactly happens is that, especially in countries like India, after the commencement of the constitution, after the introduction of the concept called fundamental rights in the constitution, the awareness regarding the rights in India have increased. And over a period of time, the literacy levels are increasing, education levels are going up, and awareness levels are also increasing. That's the reason why, so there is a demand for certain rights. Why women should be harassed or embarrassed in certain cases. So now I am talking about the religion, that is Islam. They have their own practices. But when it comes to the divorce, that is considered to be a very arbitrary mechanism that is followed by the men according to the women who belong to the same religion. So just by pronouncing a word for 3 times, talaq, talaq and talaq, so that is considered to be a divorce. Is it not inhuman? Is it not an act against the woman? So this is being questioned by the Muslim woman. So it's a very serious one. Should the women of this religion live on the mercy of the men who belong to the same religion? Don't they have the rights to fight back? How long they should suffer? So these are the various questions that have been raised. And our Honorable Supreme Court also started looking into this. Of course, the religious institutions of Islam, coupled with various leaders who belong to the same religion, they started raising objections with the interference of the Supreme Court. The demand of those people is that Quran is not made by you and our Muslim personal law was not passed by the legislature. When it is not passed by the legislature, how can you look into our personal issues? So this is a serious tussle that is going on. Then what is very important here? Is it not the time to protect the rights of the women who belong to Islam, especially when it comes to the concept called divorce? Or can I also say that the judiciary should not interfere into the serious religious affairs and culture of that particular religion? Is it nothing but hurting the sentiments of the people who belong to Islam? Various questions have come into the pictures. But at the higher level, on the humanity grounds, is it not our responsibility to think in favor of the Muslim woman? There are so many Islamic nations in the world. Some of the Islamic nations, they are not following this mechanism. So they have a serious set of laws. Divorce is a common thing. It is practiced in all the religions, but there is a mechanism. Just by pronouncing a word for 3 times, maybe orally, maybe through Skype, maybe by using the Facebook or any internet mechanism, or sometimes by sending the message, should it be considered as a real divorce or real talaq? Is this not the time to think seriously on these issues? That's the reason why on March 28th, just few days back, the Apex Court has accepted the petition and the Apex Court has decided to look into this matter, though there was an objection from certain Islamic institutions and Islamic leaders. So this is the time the rights must be protected. At the same time, the religious sentiments should not be hurt. That's the reason why there should be a complete cooperation between the religious institutions, the government, and also the judiciary to come out to bring in a particular mechanism where divorce can be mutually accepted by both the parties. Women must be protected. At the same time, religious sentiments should not be hurt. How do you do this? This can be done by complete cooperation by the Islamic leaders and Islamic institutions. Don't you think that this is nothing but very unfavorable situation towards women who belong to Islam? So various questions are there. Can I also say, because we have different laws for different religions with respect to few aspects like marriage, divorce, and property, shall we permit these religions to make their laws, or should we go by rule of law, equality before law? Because of all these reasons only, the Constitution has provided an article called 44, which talks about uniform civil codes. Is it not the time to give the life to uniform civil codes? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar himself said in the Constituent Assembly that Article 44 must be brought into light at the earliest. Even the Supreme Court also suggested that the Article 44, which has been seen as a dead letter all these days, must be given light and life. So many questions will be answered. But don't forget, India is a country which is multi-religious, multicultural. Different interests are there. When somebody starts questioning, that may hurt the sentiments of the peoples. If you don't question, that may lead to the harassment of certain sections of those women in their particular religions. How do you make a balance? It's not at all a simple issue. It's not at all a matter to read and forget. It is happening for quite a long period of time, and this is going to happen in the future also. This is the time that the standard set of rules and regulations must be made. I will open the document and I will share the document with you. You can also start thinking on these issues. Look at this. Triple Talaq. The Supreme Court on March 28, 2016 decided to examine the legality of triple talaq. It has already decided. The apex court entertaining a Muslim woman's petition, Shaira Bano, that this mode of divorce be declared unconstitutional as it allowed Muslim men to treat women like chattels. Did you see any pain in that particular statement? Yes, there is a pain, there is an agony in that particular statement that is given by this particular woman. Is it not the responsibility of the society? Is it not the responsibility of that particular religious community people? Is it not the responsibility of the government, and also is it not the responsibility of the judiciary to give protection? So don't you try to relieve that pain? So how do you address this? So again, we need to wait for the judiciary to come out on this. But it is not so easy. Judiciary has to keep in mind so many things. I will repeat the same statement. The apex court entertaining a Muslim woman's petition that this mode of divorce be declared unconstitutional as it allowed Muslim men to treat women like chattels. Muslim women have been given talaq over Skype, Facebook, and even text messages. How pathetic is this? Don't you feel for it? What is happening? If this is happening, if it is happening in the presence of the family members, in the presence of the religious elders, so there is every possibility of the compromise. Divorce is not a solution for anything. So that's the reason why, if it is happening in front of the religious elders and the family elders, so there is every possibility of the compromise, and these both husband and wife, they may be compromised to stay together and they may lead a happy life. But what is this talaq that you are giving through Skype or Facebook or through the text messages? That's the reason why. So there is a pain in the heart of that woman who are the sufferers of this particular mechanism. Next, Shaira Bano, in her petition, she said that they have their hands tied while the guillotine of divorce dangles perpetually ready to drop at the whims of their husbands who enjoy undisputed powers. This is what she said. They have their hands tied while the guillotine of divorce dangles perpetually ready to drop at the whims of their husbands who enjoy undisputed power. So many, at any time, whenever you say divorce, talaq, is it over? The court's decision indicates its inclination to examine the legality of triple talaq in the face of a strong opposition from, there is an opposition from, look at this, All India Muslim Personal Law Board and Jamaati Ulema. Both have said Muslim personal law was Quran based and not enacted by the legislature, and hence was beyond the ambit of the judicial scrutiny, meaning they are making it very, very clear that it is beyond the scrutiny of the judiciary, and there is an opposition that judiciary should not interfere into this. We have to wait. We have to wait. If you want the judiciary to be out of this, at least the religious elders in these particular institutions should come out with an amicable solution and see that this type of harassment should not happen to the Muslim women. But I don't think it is so easy. But where there is a will, there is a go. Now, once again, I am opening the document. Kindly have a look at this. The practice of triple talaq practically treats women like chattel. Many Islamic nations, including Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and Iraq, have banned or restricted such a practice, but it continues to vex Indian society in general and Muslim women like the petitioner in particular. Is it not pathetic? Look at this. So sad things that are happening. I'm repeating. Many Islamic nations, including Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and Iraq, have banned or restricted such practice, but it continues to vex Indian society in general and Muslim women in particular in India. Is that clear? And see here, you can see on the screen, IAS 2017, the batch commences on June 1st, 2016. This is for those people who are writing the examination in the year 2017. And the admissions will be opened from April 14th, 2018. 16. And before that, I am going to give a seminar where I am going to explain you in detail regarding the total course, how exactly it is going to happen, and the time schedule, number of hours, faculty members, fees, why you should join onlineias.com, all these things I am going to tell you during the time. And all of you who are following me, if interested for IAS, okay, interest is very, very important. You should have the burning desire to become an IAS officer. That itself is the qualification. Plus, if you are able to read for 6 to 8 hours every day from June 1st, 2016 to December 2017, right? If you have these two things, number one is the interest, number two is the 6 to 8 hours of reading from June 1st, 2016 to December 2017, right? Exactly 1.5 years. And if you can do this, so you are always welcome. But anyways, so when I give you the seminar, I'll come out with more details. So thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you day after tomorrow. That's on Monday, April 4th. Till then, I wish you all a very, very good luck. Thank you so much.